Hi, everybody. It's Georgia Rose from Zencuda, and today I want to talk to you about the new moon in Virgo and also future energy of what to expect in, I guess maybe next few months, actually, and especially this week. So, welcome to my YouTube channel and also my social media pages. If you're looking for more information after you watch this video, you can actually go on Zencuda on YouTube or any of my social media sites, all with Zencuda at some point in the name. So just do a search. On Instagram, we are Zencuda Official. Thank you so much for watching. And also, I do a podcast every Monday at 7 p.m. on Strong Island Television, which you can watch online or on any social media. And we are on every podcast platform imaginable, so you can always find me. You can even ask your Amazon Alexa, please play Georgia Rose in the Soul Space. So I want to talk about this beautiful new moon in Virgo that we have coming in. And the Virgo energy is going to bring us some really beautiful stuff, but it also gets a little complicated and a little hairy. So I'm going to go into that. New moon is coming in Saturday morning, very early, somewhere around 5:30 a.m. It's at 4 degrees of Virgo. So if you have any planets at 4 degrees of Virgo or any, degree around there, the sun and the moon will be on and illuminating those planets or that area of your chart, whatever house that's in. If you need a free chart, you can go on Cafe Astrology or astro.com, plug in your birth date with the time, and you'll get a free chart so you can follow things along on my videos. If you'd like a personal reading to really understand your chart, you can do that on my website, zencuda.com, under services. So this new moon in Virgo is bringing us in some really beautiful energy because, we just are coming off a lot of Uranian energy, and Uranus is that planet of sudden unexpected change, which just had a transit of the North Node, Mars, and Uranus all together in the same place in the sky in Taurus. And that brought about a lot of revelation, a lot of change, and it will continue to do that. But now Uranus has gone retrograde. I'll get to that more in a minute. But the Virgo energy is going to stabilize some of that sudden, unexpected change that we had come in over the last few weeks. There's probably been something in your life that's been highlighted, maybe an area that you feel stagnated or dissatisfied and you want to break free from. A lot of us have seen things happen with ourselves or friends or loved ones where the energy is really breaking up. Structures in our lives are breaking up. Same old story you hear me talk about all the time. A lot of relationship breakups. Uranus does that. It comes in and it gets rid of all the stale energy. It sweeps away the debris. And at first, it can be very upsetting or saddening, and our nerves can be really raw because we're going into the unknown without those things that we want to hold on to. But in the long run, Uranus is there to bring us to a higher evolution. And now, with this new moon in Virgo, we have a chance to really stabilize the energy because Virgo is an earth sign. The archetype of Virgo is one of incredibly hard work, staying until a task is complete. Virgo energy is an energy of resourcefulness. And combined with where we have Uranus right now in Taurus, that's actually a good thing because it'll stabilize things, because Taurus is also a very resourceful energy. The way the moon and the sun work when they're in Virgo, especially on a new moon, is setting intentions for completion, getting things done. Those projects that you haven't been able to tie the bow on, those things that you really have been procrastinating about, and those areas of our life that we've kind of been just letting be the status quo that need some kind of change. The Virgo energy comes in to stabilize and make us more reflective and slow us down enough so that we can actually complete the task that we need to do in order to actuate change in our life. So that's a really good thing. It'll also do that in a very creative way because there are some other planets involved, which I'm going to get to. So I want to share my screen with you guys and show you the chart of this particular new moon. And if you can follow along, that's fine. If you're just listening, that's fine too. So the new moon is coming in, as you can see, if you look at my cursor, the moon and the sun are together in the sign of Virgo at 4 degrees. We have a new moon when the moon and the sun come together. It's not like a full moon when you see it in the sky. The moon is so big and bold and bright because the sun is reflecting on it from the opposite portion of the zodiac. We have a new moon, they're together. Both luminaries are completely together in the sky, but the moon is obscured a bit. It's a sliver, it's a new moon. And what happens is as the sun and moon progress throughout the zodiac, that moon is shined on more and more and more. That's why we set new intentions for a new moon, because as the two luminaries interact over the course of the moon cycle, that moon will grow bigger and brighter and more illuminating our intention and manifesting what we want to come forth with the new moon until it comes full to full activation and full energy. So that's how the moon cycles work. So this particular chart I got from Astrology King. They're a great resource for energy and information about energy. So as you can see, our full moon is kind of, our new moon rather, I'm sorry, is kind of here in Virgo. There are no other planets in Virgo right now except for that moon and sun. Mercury just egressed into Libra, which is good also because that Mercury energy in Libra gives us stability of our minds and helps us to be fair in decision making and communication. This next month is a fabulous time for communication for a lot of different reasons, even in business for negotiating, but also a great time for communicating things that have been stuck that we need to move, any energy we need to have a conversation about with somebody about moving or changing or doing something in a different way. There's a great month for that, and set an intention at the new moon for whatever you want to communicate is really great. But mostly the energy of this new moon has to really do with some deep changes that are occurring within ourselves. Now, in June and July, we had that huge conjunction in Taurus of the North Node and Mars and Uranus. And it would set off a lot of energy. And probably what happens somewhere in your life, it could be subtle or it could be really dramatic, depending on how it aligns for you. Something happened to give you a revelation about where your power is or where you're giving your power, what you're giving your power to, and where you need to change that up and do things a new way. We're seeing in the collective all over the globe right now with every person some kind of revelation like that. We want to do something different. Maybe we want a different job, or we want a different partner, or we want to live somewhere different, but all these different things that we want to do are coming to the surface. So with this new moon, that's going to be very heightened. But what happens is we also have a T-square with this moon. And what happens is the moon here in Virgo with the sun is at 4 degrees, but it's exactly squaring Mars in Gemini at exactly 4 degrees. Now, Mars is our energy, it's our get up and go, it's warlike, it's aggressive. In the best octave, we use it for assertion and motivation and giving us the energy that we need to change things. Now, there's a duality that is occurring in every human being. And that duality is, do I stagnate and hold on to the comfort of knowing what I have and not changing anything? Or do I take this leap of faith and go into uncharted waters where I have anxiety, but I get to experience something new? That's the duality of human beings all the time in one way or another. Which do I do? Do I stay with what I know, or do I jump to something new? I want the new experience, but I like the safety that I have here and the comfort. So this new moon heightens that to a huge amplification and acceleration. We already had that seed planted when Mars and the North Node, which is our destiny and direction, got in conjunction in the same place in the zodiac as Uranus these last few weeks. That's what caused all this unsettled energy, this dissatisfaction that we have. And so now that area of the chart that I'm talking about right here in Taurus, Mars is slowly moving away from that energy, but it's squaring this new moon with the sun there. So the two biggest illuminaries are illuminating that energy of where am I dissatisfied? Where do I need to do things differently? Where am I giving my power to things that I really shouldn't? What do I need to change to really step into that experience that I really want, that thing I'm hungry for, the thing I'm scared to do, but I really need to do, all being illuminated and accelerated. But now as Mars in Gemini moves more towards stabilization. Mars in Gemini is communication. Before, where we had those issues and we didn't really know how to communicate with ourselves about them, we were blocked, we were stuck, we didn't really know how to make the people around us understand what we were feeling. Now, Mars in Gemini allows us to do that. It starts to give us the words, the communication. We start to seek out like-minded and like-hearted groups. We start to understand where we're being propelled and pulled, and we start to actuate some of that in our behavior. We start to make those small changes. And so the opposition to this new moon really heightens that because it brings it out that we have to look at it and we have to kind of either reconcile it or go back into the cave and pretend none of it's ever happening. Then we have another dynamic that's happening with this new moon. It's a very busy sky these next couple of days. This area of the chart here, which is Venus, planet of love, and the things we love to possess, and the things we love to desire, and the things we want. Venus is opposing Saturn. which is our limitations, right during this new moon. It's almost exact. Venus is at 19 degrees of Leo and Saturn is at 20 degrees of Aquarius. They're in opposition. While all this other energy is going on with the sun and the moon coming in and illuminating that energy of what do I really need to change? What am I resisting? Where am I stuck because I'm resisting? I wrote a few days ago online about how the things that we deny, but we know, are the things that make us sick. And I gave an analogy about how something happened that upset me at yoga because I had a vision of my dog passing, and the next day he did. And so I wasn't able to go back to yoga for several months, but all the while my body and my soul craved it. I knew I should be there, but I just couldn't let myself go. And it was literally making me sick because I knew it, but I was denying it. And so I put myself in this limitation. That's Venus, Saturn. We want something, we love it, we know it's good for us, we know it's great for us, we know our soul's going to soar with it, but we're not allowing ourselves to do it because Saturn is limiting us with fear. Why is that happening? So we look at it in a different way. So that as we're contemplating it, agonizing over it, pulling it apart and unpacking it, we finally find the new way to do it, the new way to feed our soul, drag us, maybe kicking and screaming, into a new perspective, a new paradigm of doing things. All of that energy is heightened at this new moon. Our nerves are raw from it. You have to really watch your words because Gemini, Mars, that Gemini Mars energy is all about words, speaking, communication. But the new moon in Virgo comes in to settle us a little bit so that we can communicate with like-minded souls. We crave community while being introspective this next month about where we need to change and how we need to change those things up. So the keys here are those oppositions here, that Saturn at 20 degrees of Aquarius opposing Venus at 19 degrees of Leo. It's forming a T square. You can see this T. This is the top of the T. This is the long bar of the T with that energy in Taurus that we've been debilitated with. We've been, really feeling that push-pull, the ignition, the boom, lightning, revelation. Wow, I'm awakened. But the pushing against the people who are not open to those awakenings, pushing and arguing and dissatisfied with the world and what's going on and complaining about it whilst living in the status quo. It's all that really aggressive energy being heightened, but the universe coming in and giving us a new way, a new look, a new energy to finally start to see, oh, wait, it's not about me being dissatisfied with everything around me and not being able to take the leap of faith to change something. This is about me being introspective and understanding what I have to change in order to get the feeling I really want to get of freedom, of love in my life, of more evolution and abundance. That's all coming in on this new moon, and it does it in a very creative way. So if you are a painter, a writer, any kind of person who expresses self-expression through anything creative, it could be sketching stick figures, it could be gardening, it could be anything that is drumming, sound, anything that is your self-expressive creation. Like I've been writing, I've been writing a lot. I'm finishing my book. It is making me feel so unbelievably fulfilled and on a different plane and bringing that creativity to all these other issues in my life that I've been trying to move forward and we're stagnated. It's amazing how when we're in that energy of creation, it rises like a fountain and the water just sprinkles over to really hydrate us in every aspect of our life. So this weekend, spend some time in something creative, even if that's sports for you or water skiing or being on the water, just ignite that creativity and self-expression because it's through that Venus-Saturn opposition during this new moon. Venus, the things we love, the creativity, the beauty, the art, where we come through with the idea, where creation connects us into springing forward and bringing energy forward. That is the best use of this new moon. Others in this new moon, the raw energy, the energy of that Uranus, that lightning. Sometimes awakenings are tough, right? We look at things we don't really want to see. And we have that human duality that is within all of us. Do I stay here in my nice cozy blankie, or am I going to throw off the covers and go after what I really want? Well, I hope you'll all really be Zenkudas and go after what you really want. So the question, the key to all of this is deep, significant change. These planetary archetypes are coming in. Aquarius is that Saturn in Aquarius is limitation for community, but it's us striving for community. Aquarius wants us to create community. But the reason why Saturn is there is to help us not step in overly to the exclusivity of community. I hate the word tribe. It's such a word that's thrown around there as some kind of really wonderful thing. Tribes can be wonderful when the loyalty in a tribe and the fierce belief in something in a tribe, but tribes are not good if everyone has to be the same. Tribes are not good if you feel awkward because you don't subscribe to everyone in the tribe's belief. That is not the highest octave of a tribe. So form communities with that limitation of Saturn that allows us to see the limiting beliefs of that and expand wider. Zenkuda is a place where all are welcome. I don't care about your political beliefs. I care that you're loved. I don't care that you have a challenge or a block somewhere that you're working on and that maybe you're at a different vibratory level than others and vice versa. I just want us all to gather and raise the vibration of everybody. So that's a community where you feel welcome and you feel like you're able to strive. That energy is going to be really heightened over the next 6 months and into 2023. So really make sure you choose your tribes wisely, because the purpose of all this energy is for us as a collective to be like a wave that brings everyone to their highest evolution. You can't do that with limitation. You can't do that if you're in a community where you are made to feel awkward or anxious because you're not in conformity. That's one of the lessons that we're going to spark with this new moon. So in summarization, what I would say to you all is these are the keys. I'm just going to turn my notes around. I have like 7 pages of notes on this new moon and the intentions I want to set. This new moon is going to heighten wherever in your life that duality of human nature is really acute. That duality being Scorpio is the South Node is there right now, which is our warm, comfy blankie, the things that we came into this life wanting to do, but they're not necessarily good for us. That is the desire to feel empowered by holding on to things. That is the Scorpio nature. The scorpion, when it's threatened, it digs deep and goes underground so it doesn't have to do anything. And then finally emerges to become the phoenix. But it's a long road getting there. So that South Node in Scorpio energy, which also is playing into this new moon, is going to make some of us want to empower ourselves by not doing anything, empower ourselves by just, wanting everything to stay the same. That's not going to happen. Things are not going to stay the same. The energy of the universe right now is irrepressible. It is undeniable. It is moving forward. Jump on the train. So that's one part of the human duality, is that we think we become empowered when we stay the same. We think we're empowered if we hold on to the things from our past, if we hold on to what we presently own and what we presently have. We think that's abundance. It's not. Abundance is letting go of that to get more. So the duality is that Scorpio, empower yourself by holding on to things, versus the Arian, the Aries, the Aquarius energy of I need to take a leap of faith in order to have the new experience, which is really what's going to empower me. So we can be empowered by staying the same, which is a false empowerment, where we get scarcity and lack in that energy, and we tend to blame everyone else. Those are the people you meet out and about in the grocery store, wherever, who are complaining about the political situation and the scarcity and the misuse of things, because they are in the let's make it all like it was. Let's keep things the same. I feel safe there. That is not empowerment. That is not empowerment. Empowerment is let it all go, because obviously the universe has a better plan and I need to take the leap of faith and trust it. It's like the Fool card in the tarot. You want to take that leap of faith. I once had a vision when I was in yoga, in Shavasana and meditation, and I was in a very troubled time in my life. For some reason, I had this vision of me like jumping off a cliff, just like the Fool card. I was in it, but I was in a chariot. And I jumped off this cliff. And I remember in the meditation being like, and then all of a sudden, these golden wings came and carried me. And the universe was showing me, take the leap of faith. Don't be anxious. Don't be afraid. And that's the energy that we're in now. This energy ignites at the new moon. It becomes amplified at the new moon. Whatever has been amplified June, July for you with that Uranian conjunctions is now sparked in this. It's like someone throws a big beam of light on it. And then what happens is we are forced to make changes in the next several months. This is a time, and this is like, I want to say, warning, warning. This is the advice right here. And this is why you should share this video. The next 6 months, not even 6 months, till now to January, is a time when whatever loose ends you have in your life, whatever you've been in denial about, fix it, change it, tie it up. Tie those bows, tie up those loose ends, tie those laces, pack it up, reconcile it, acknowledge it, make it good, make it nice, fill up your loose ends, tie them up, fill the cracks in the driveway, clean out the closets. In the next few months between now and January, do it, do it, do it, move forward. Because if we do not, we're going to pay the price in 2023. Those things are not going away. You can't keep the status quo in anything in your life and think that it's going to get better. You've got to do the work. So now this energy of the new moon with the boost of Virgo and the sun also remaining in Virgo for a next little while, this is going to start to bring in the energy of, I see what it is I need to do. I'm starting to feel empowered to do it. The universe is supporting me. Our behaviors are going to start to change and take action. That's where this moon comes. So here is the universe highlighting your limitations. The universe is pushing you to find your resources to do it. It's giving you this beautiful Virgo energy to do it. It's giving you the Saturn in Aquarius forward momentum to do it. The universe is really, it's shaking things up. It's rattling and rolling. It's causing earthquakes, but then it's giving us the solution. So this is a beautiful, beautiful time. So here's the question. Where's my risk? What am I giving power to? Am I giving power to the stagnation? Am I giving power and fear and anxiety because I don't want to go to the unknown? The answer is give yourself whatever you need to make it okay to understand it's okay not to know. The unknown is an unknown for a reason, and there are gifts there. Don't fear it, embrace it, be brave, brave, brave. This is what we have to do. And this is what we have to help each other do by raising the vibration of the planet, by being compassionate with each other, and giving us all what we need during this beautiful weekend of new moon energy to come in to the revelations and the awakenings of where our soul is really trying to go, what our soul is trying to learn, which it will not learn by stagnation, it will only learn by change and evolution. That's why I'm an evolutionary astrologer. And where do we need to go to actuate it? What are my baby steps? Those are the steps that you're going to take in the next few months. There's a huge shift of collective energy across the globe. We've been seeing that now for 2 years. Now we're coming into the time when we're actually going to be seeing people do something about it. This can also be a shift away from what was valuable to us. We are seeing a new valuation, a new way of what I thought was valuable. Yeah, that was then, this was now. I'm grateful for it. I had a great time with it. It really propelled me here. But now this is my jump point, and I need to find the new thing. That's the energy. I do. So the bottom line is we have this collective shift away from what did we used to hold valuable, what used to be valuable and enjoyable to us, where did we used to feel really good. That's there. That's done. That's over. Close the contract. Close the book. Now I'm going to be going over here and doing this because I want that new experience, which is going to evolve me. Sometimes not always pleasant energy. You know, these shakeups and the rocking and the rolling really is tough. You know, it's all about adaptability. But that Virgo moon is really about adaptability. Virgo is an adaptive energy. It's an energy that allows us to find the resource from within that we need in order to adapt to what's new. Virgo is a time of year where the sun starts to shift, right? We've had the big, bright sun, and now you can feel the sun start to change a little differently because now we have the harvest. We take what we've got in that time when the sun was at its highest and brightest and boldest and warmest, and we make use of it. So take what you've been shown over these last few months and bring it forward to a new day in a new way. That's the best use of this new moon ignition, and bring it out for the next few months, because this energy is a very powerful time when we're being ignited to actually work in this energy now for the next few months. October is going to be a really huge month, especially towards the end of October to the mid-November. Huge month for changes. And that's why it's so important. And that's why I say, clean out the closet, tie the loose ends, find where you're stagnated and move the energy. You have to take care of these things that we are stagnated in denial about, because towards the end of October, beginning of November, the universe is going to respond to whatever activity and behaviors you did. Thanks so much. And I look forward to talking to you all guys Monday night on the Soul Space. I know this video was a little bit long. There's a lot of energy coming in. If you have any comments at all or questions about it, put them in the chat below or the comments if you're on social media, and I will answer them and I will get back to you. Please share this video. I think it's really valuable information for everybody. So this weekend, in a nutshell, is the weekend to be creative. Go out and do healing of your soul, whether that's water skiing or pickleball or listening to music or staying home and vegging. We need to get into the creativity to unlock the limitations. The place where Uranus in the North Node last month with Mars there shined out for us, where we're given our power and where we're limited, where we're squandering our energy, what the things that we really need to pay attention to. Where is it in our life that we're climbing into stagnation and we're stuck? Now this new moon, as we go into the energy of creativity, is going to show us what behavior we have to do to unstick ourselves, unstuck the world, be more progressive, all right? So go into the creativity and basically ask yourself, what is incomplete in my life? What do I need to complete? What am I done with in a loving way? What can I pack up, put in the storage? What do I need to take to the curb? What conversations do I need to have? Because that Mars in Gemini is really going to give us conversation. We'll be able to really heal with our words. Chiron in Aries is that energy of take the leap of faith, get off the cliff, stop hanging around looking down. Oh my God, I'm too scared to go. Go, do it, ignite, get out there. All right. New things are coming for all of us. Thanks so much. See you on Soul Space Monday night at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye.